started DJing on CDJ-100s. And they were interesting to DJ on. There was no master tempo button back then, so you touched a platter and it was like, so it was like almost impossible to touch it. Anyhow, the CDJ-1000 came out quickly after, and that really changed the game. So today we're talking about right here, the CDJ-3000X. There it is. And you can see it's inside now because we went about 2 hours and a couple minutes. And while I was doing the video and I was about to declare that this thing works great outside and had no issues whatsoever, I came back to show how you could still see the screen in direct sunlight, which it is highly visible. So even having that screen protector isn't necessary to see the screen, but it might be necessary to keep it cooler based on the results. Because as I came back, I found the unit powered off in the live video. So if you want to see that one, just go to my Instagram. I posted that, SourceLight22. I was able to, turn the power off on the unit, turn it back on. It did reboot. It was a tiny bit slower than usual, but it did pick up my USB and started playing again. So if you're outdoors and it's hot and it's direct sunlight, you need to take appropriate measures, just like you had to with the previous models. And if you notice, pretty much everyone across the world, like I'd say 95% of DJs across the world that are digitally DJing in a professional environment are using CDJs, whether that be the 2000 Nexus 2s, which is getting very limited now, the CDJ-3000s, and now you'll start seeing 3000Xs everywhere. But anyways, these have been being used for many, many years successfully because people who are in production and are professionals are pros. So they know these things. They know these things about these units. They've tested them. They've seen them fail. They already came up with options. The one thing I'm very surprised at that no one's come up with is a cooling case. So maybe if someone wants to do that, let's do it. Let's get together and let's make it happen. Because I feel like that would be very valuable to certain environments, especially pool clubs here in Las Vegas, where the ambient temperature could be over 110 degrees. And I've seen them put, CDJs on big buckets of ice and change it out, or put ACs on it, like all kinds of different measures that you can do. Or, the main thing is just keep them in the shade. It was definitely clear to me that the ambient temperature being hot, 120 degrees wasn't really the problem. It was more of that direct sunlight that's heating up the screen at 150. I measured the screen at over 150 degrees in multiple places after 1 hour. The top of the CDJ, all this aluminum right here, this stuff was all in the 130s, which you could see in my other videos. My flash drive was in the high 130s, which if you know anything about solid state storage, once you get over 140, they start getting a little interesting. 160, a lot of them will shut down or throttle or start just acting funky if they're not high quality. If they're ones that are not high quality will crap out actually earlier, but the high quality ones like Samsung at 160, that's like the thermal limit, and then they'll go into thermal protection measures. So these are just things to be aware of, things to notice. It's not anything new. We knew this on the prior CDJs. So even with the bigger screen here, people were worried that it was going to shut down sooner. What my results seem to be consistent with the past. And yeah, that's about it. That's the wrap up here. CDJ-3000X worked really well. The big thing, I feel like the big takeaway from me is that the screen was still highly visible in the sun, because I've been outside with some of the other units and like I had to cover it, like I couldn't see what the hell was going on with that thing. So that makes a big difference, but there's plenty of people making screen protectors now and or screen shades. And I'm sure they'll be making them for these as well. Or there's other things you could do with shade structures or tents. There's a lot of ways to get shade, because let me tell you, when it's that hot, you don't want to be in direct sun either. My head in Vegas sun, even if it's 90 degrees, when it's a clear day in Vegas sun, I can only get 15 minutes, and then this noggin right here is going to start to burn crispy real quick. If I'm out there for 30 minutes, I'm going to get sun blisters. So I always have to wear a hat or some kind of protection myself. So, you know, there's nothing here that's groundbreaking or surprising to me. The one thing that was really cool is that it worked visibility wise in direct sun. So take that with all your information here on the CDJ-3000Xs. And if you've got this far, you're probably someone who wants to pick one up or is thinking about it or is contemplating it. How can I get it? Well, all you got to do is hit me up directly. I work for Guitar Center Professional. I'm an account manager and I can sell these things to you and we guarantee the lowest price. And at the moment we have some in stock, although at the current rate of sale, I do see us maybe having about 10 to 14 days left of inventory. And then what it looks like is they're gonna be pretty scarce and very thin. Like we got hundreds on our first shipment and our next shipment is only gonna be 21. So what's gonna happen is these are gonna sell out and then they're gonna get real scarce and the deals are gonna go away and everyone's gonna be fiending for them. So it's gonna drive the demand and the price up. So hit me up now while we can make deals and no one's putting crazy pressure. And yeah, that's it. So Robert Stern, GC Pro Account Manager. I got them in stock right now as of September 14th. You can reach me on my at my email, stern@gcpro.com. Or you can comment here, or you can find me on Instagram and send me a direct message. I feel like there's a way to message on YouTube too, so I'll look for that. Love you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll chat on the next one.